and you must be pretty stoked with that. Best half of football in maybe a couple of years, do you reckon?
Oh yeah, we'll just have to sit back and have a look at it on the tape. It's certainly enjoyable. At 17-12 there, we had a couple of opportunities. You just wanted to get the ball across the line because they're a dangerous side, you know, and they can score from anywhere. And when TJ took that quick tap and they went down the other end quickly, it was nervous times, but I thought our defence was outstanding tonight.
What would you say in the change room? Is there paint being stripped off the wall in there or something? Because it was different.
No, not at all. I thought... look, we had a plan to come here and play tonight, and we probably just had to adjust a little bit and be a little bit more direct and look for opportunities down the short side, which we did in the second half, and we managed to capitalise there. And then obviously we dominated field position in the second half, which was key.
You seem pretty reserved at the moment, but inside you must be just bursting with pride the way they play.
Yeah, very. Yeah, just happy for the group. You know, it's been you know, we've worked really hard, and we've worked hard over the last month, and the boys have come back from Wallaby camp, and just nice to get everyone back together again. And you know, if this is our last home game, it's a good way to finish the season in front of our fans. But just pleased that we're starting. You know, what we've been talking about for a long time. We're starting to see signs of that consistently now, so it's encouraging.
Yeah, a lot's been made of this whole Kiwi curse, so to speak. Obviously, you always knew the boys could do it. The boys always knew they could do it. But now they've done it. Does that give them that confidence moving forward?
Yeah, I think so. Yep. I think so. And that was something we spoke about before the game. Is just not fearing failure. You know, not being worried about what was in front of us. Just we played well against the Lions, the Bulls, the Sunwolves. I mean, the Rebels were the best team for 65 minutes. Just continue to do that and back ourselves and not worry about the blokes in the opposition so much. And they had a few players out tonight, but we had a few players out as well. And I thought, it's pleasing to get the monkey off the back with the New Zealand teams, and now we've got to go over there and try and win one in Hamilton.
Is there any part of you that wish we'd done that 3 months ago, or you just focus on the positives?
Yeah, you just got to worry about now, you know, and we've said when you make change, it always takes a bit of time, and you know, we're starting to see rewards of the change that we've made, you know, in the last few weeks. So, you know, we'll go over to Hamilton and try and get a result there, and then we've got the Waratahs in Sydney last up, and we'll see where we're positioned at the end of the year. But this is our own little block of finals, so we've won the first one. We've got 2 to go.
I don't know if you noticed inside the box, but we weren't a huge amount inside. But gee, when you guys got going, they really made some noise. They really got going. Yeah, certainly heard the crowd, especially in that 5 metre scrum, where we had the advantage and we played, and Christian put Andy in the corner. It makes such a difference. You know, it makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck when you're a coach. So I couldn't imagine what it's like for the front row when they're about to pack that scrum. It's just, you know, the adrenaline and the energy that it gives the players. I'm pretty sure that would be something they'll remember out of tonight.
Christian must have been pretty special at dancing off the crowd and really getting up and about, and yeah, it's been one of the more special wins out there.
Yeah, pretty pleasing. It's to put on a performance like that against a quality opposition and put them under pressure for that long in the game was nice. And then to hear the crowd going off when we're making meters and making some breaks, it just gives you an extra lift. And we've spoken about how special our crowd is for us, whether it's 6,000 tonight or 15,000 or full house. It's the same kind of effect for us when they're sort of at full voice.
And he's making a habit of scoring tries late in games. He must be thrilled with how he's developing.
Yeah, I think he bombed a couple early on as well. So it was nice to see him. I guess Andy is one of many that are continuing to grow, and we're really pleased with their progression at the moment. It's about continuing to do that over the next couple of weeks.
Rosie, you guys seem not understated with the win like that, but is that just a sign of that you feel like you're not done yet and that there is another job you've got to go and do next week? You can't be jumping around and partying with this one sort of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's been the key for our group the whole year is about staying focused on our growth and making sure that we're ticking the right boxes each day. It's not about getting carried away. Obviously, we're really pleased with the victory tonight and in front of our home fans. It's about staying grounded again and turning up next week to deliver another good performance starting from preparation.
Then probably easy to gloss over after a win, but refereeing, like you guys probably felt like you could have had a Hurricanes player in the bin probably a couple of times, if not a bit earlier at least. Is that how you felt about it as well?
Yeah, there was certainly some frustration in the first half. Joe Powell with the ball, which appeared to me to be deliberately knocked out of his hands. And then the big one for me is the neck roll on Poey. Like that's just dangerous. We see Israel gets suspended for an accidental collision in the air, and then we've got one of the world's best flankers with his head over the ball and twisted in an awkward. It's really dangerous. They've got to start to come down on those sort of actions, and that's my thoughts on it.
Because you don't want to see games, especially coming in this time of year, finals, like 10 seasons get decided by those tight calls, don't you? You want the referees to back themselves to make big calls in big games.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, look, it's tough for them as well. Nick's an excellent referee. I thought his AR assistant referees did a really good job tonight as well, and it's easy for us to sit back and make decisions or make comment in hindsight. So it's certainly tough for them, but you just those clear and obvious ones you want to see them acted on.
What about Poey, who's a big man? I know we seem to continually say it, but again, just his presence there on the field.
Yep. Yeah. He's just his leadership along with Christian's. It's it's enormous for the group. Just in those times where we've got to stay connected with one another and be really clear on what our plan is. I thought both of them have been good for a long period of time with that now, and that's probably the biggest change in Poey that I've seen since he's come back from Japan. He's always been a world-class player and outstanding, but he's really developed into an excellent leader, and it makes Bruzzy's job easier as well. He's got to call the plays and run the back line and direct us around the park. So it's just nice to have that senior player of his quality providing us with the direction we need.
And Scott went off pretty early in the game. How's he tracking?
Yeah, not sure, to be honest. I think at first it appeared as a stinger, so I'll talk to the physios and the doc after this.
You kind of touched on it before. You go across the ditch next week. The Chiefs, I think they're up 42-0 half time tonight. They're in pretty red hot form, so it doesn't get any easier for you, does it? But these guys are up to the challenge. Yeah,
that's the Chiefs are a team that can do that. They've got a big offload game, and they'll offload down edges, and their support players is as good as anyone's in the competition, and they've got speed to burn. So if you're not physical and winning the impacts and allow them to do that, then they'll rack tries up. We played them in a trial up at the Sunshine Coast this year, and whilst it wasn't 42-0, they certainly put some tries on pretty quickly against us that night. So we understand how the Chiefs play. We've just got to get our game right.
I think it's 2014 since you guys last one over there. Will that be discussed at all during the weekend, an opportunity to kind of reset that?
Yeah, I think it's another little milestone for this group, isn't it? To go over there and try and achieve it, and I think you got to recognise those things. It's we spoke about it before the Highlanders game when we went over there, and we were well in that game up until the last sort of 10-15 minutes. And that's something we spoke a lot about this week. Well, the players drove tonight in particular was you've got to have an 80-minute performance against these teams, and we need to go over to Hamilton, prepare well this week with training, and then be ready to play for the full 80 next week.
I was just going to ask before, do you think a win like tonight can bring the crowds back in Canberra?
Oh, I hope so. I think the Sunwolves game, we played some excellent footy while we were on tour. We played, a brand of rugby that's enjoyable to play, and you'd like to think that's enjoyable to watch. There was, you could certainly hear the crowd there tonight. There was some end-to-end football. We had a line out 5 metres from our line, and Joe Powell's 5 metres away from scoring a try down the other end of the field. You know what I mean? So the boys are understanding that we've got to be prepared to back our skill, our ability, and take a risk at times. And I think that's the sort of football that fans want to see, you know. So we're hopeful that we keep building on that and we start getting closer to 15,000.